There we go. That's better. Whoa. I don't know what the frig all this stuff is. What do you mean I have no connection? Why did it shut off? I did not do that. This is the part when I say I don't want you, but show you that I've been here for girl. Alright, this is the one I want to delete. Bye-bye. Lives. Okay, cool. It is showing me that I'm live. We're here. We're queer. Okay, we're not queer, but we're here. We're here. We're not queer, but we love queers. Trans Day of Visibility. Share. Copy link. All right, I'm just gonna wait for a couple more seconds before we get in here. I'm gonna post that we are here so people know. This is when my son's gonna wake up. I know it. I'm gonna try to go live when my son's gonna wake up, and I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Got my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a damn about barely breathing. I swear to God, if he's awake, I'm gonna punch a wall. Okay, so let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, I was not gonna do the video like this. I was actually gonna have like a nice screen setup, but my microphones are not working that I'm using, and I would rather not use them. So I'd like to find the ones that I want to use. But my son is taking a nap, and I will not be interrupting that journey in any way, shape, or form. Let me make sure my volumes are good. Make sure my volumes are good. Hello. Checking my volume. Checking my volume. Check, check. Check, check. Okay, good. My volumes are good enough. They're not perfect, but they're good. This is good. Hi, how are ya? Okay, so Real Housewives of Atlanta. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about Justin Bieber. Let's just sit here and chit chat for a little bit. Yes, thank you for all those things. Random that you're saying them on my account. Thank you. So Real Housewives of Atlanta. So if you guys don't know, thank you so much for the hearts. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that too in the video. So Real Housewives of Atlanta has a ton of new girls on it this season. And we already knew that there was a lot of drama surrounding Kenya and surrounding one of the other girls named Britt. And from what I could tell, all that we kind of knew was basically that Kenya had the grand opening of her salon and spa, which, by the way, genuinely already thought that salon and spa had been open for like 2 years now. I didn't realize that we are finally here. I feel like it was like a season or 2 seasons ago that she had opened and got it. Like, I'm like, and then when she said that she had spent $400,000 of it, I was like, I spent my daughter's college fund. I was like, no. Like, I just am one of these people that, like, I would never start a business in this economy. Okay, in this economy, I don't care how famous I was, I would not start a business that was a luxury business. Like, getting your hair done and going to the spa is a luxury. It's not a priority. It's not like if shit hit the fan, people would be going to get it. I'd be starting a toilet paper company. I'd be starting a water company. You know what I'm saying? I'd be starting a gasoline company. Okay, these are the things I'd be starting. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's see what happens. So she has this, event, this party thing, and we already knew that she had gone to the event. Everybody had gone to the event. They were filming, and at this event, Kenya had showed a large picture of one of the women, Brit, in a very uncompromising fashion. And we're like, oh my God, Kenya, get your shit together. Like, I can't believe you would do this. They basically, essentially, I guess, allegedly fired her. And it was like a whole big thing. She made an apology. And it was like a whole thing. Okay. And then everybody was kind of like, huh, I don't know. I guess we'll see when this season happens. And I found it really odd that they were going to keep her in for the season and promote her as like a housewife. I was like, this is interesting. If they fired her, you would think they'd kind of like delete her off the show and kind of be like, she didn't exist. But they kind of went full force with it. And then allegedly, I thought I heard through the grapevine that they were basically like, this was not provoked. This kind of came out of nowhere. Britt didn't actually say anything. Like, Bravo, the production company, like, they're the ones that said all this stuff. Again, this is all legend. Look it up for yourself. And then they showed the episode last night. Thank you for the smiles. Then they showed the episode last night. I watched it this morning. And Britt, like, full blown threatened Kenya with a pew pew. And was like, I want to watch the raw footage of that night, because you ever watch some of these reality shows and you're like, something's missing in the in between. Like, there's an in between part that we're missing a conversation, or we're missing some context, because the way that they spliced it together and the way that they cut it together, it genuinely looked like Britt lost her mind from zero. It felt like Britt went from like, everybody's chilling, everybody's having a good time, and then just lost her damn mind and was acting ridiculous and was going way too hard at Kenya. Like, the energy that Kenya was giving versus the energy that Britt was giving, it didn't match. Like, it didn't make any sense. And I feel like there's context like missing or something. I feel like there's a conversation maybe missing. Like, I kind of want to see I would kind of love to see the raw footage, because she was, even her husband was like, you're being like, you're being very trashy and messy, like, stop. And she would not stop yelling and screaming. She would not stop saying the most ridiculous shit. And I'm like, was she drunk? Like, I just don't understand where Britt came from. Like, okay, so you guys are not besties. Like, she said like a weird comment to you. Like, I don't know, like, move on. Like, I don't get what the big deal is. And I feel like Britt is very hypersensitive to her husband. It's very much like, my husband, my husband, my husband, my husband. And listen, I love my husband too, and I will defend him till the earth and ends of time. But sometimes I feel like you're defending your partner like way too much. Also, I feel like it's very well known in the Bravo cinematic universe, and I'm assuming as well in Atlanta, that Kenya is like, has a pattern of like not trusting men on the show of the other women. Like, she, ever since she got divorced, she is very much like, men are evil, men are the curse of all things, and I hate men. And anytime she even sees like a sliver of a man acting out of line, she has to speak up about it. Or if like she seems like kind of weird about something, she kind of like is like, I don't know. And she said that on this episode. She said that. She was like, yeah, everybody knows, like, I have a problem with all the husbands and all the men on these shows, blah 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 blah. I was like, damn, like, she even itself admitted that. So like, what is like, it didn't make any sense, the angle that Britt was coming at. And I'm sorry. Okay, if you watch like the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, you remember the episode of when they all like wrote something on a card, and then like they all pulled it out and they had to like read it, and it was about each other, but it was like anonymous. It's like, bitch, it was not anonymous. And come to find out, it wasn't. Okay, people knew who it was. People knew it was happening. It was hilarious. This is the same thing. Britt pulls out a fucking like little confessional, like, oh, ask anybody a question and they have to answer. And I was like, Kenya, can you please be like more like, the gist of it was like, basically, can you please be like more polite to Britt? And she was like, I'm polite to everybody. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, very chill, and she's like, I did not write this card. Just want to put that down. I did not write this card. I'm like, bitch, yes, you did. Yes, you did write this card. You can't convince me otherwise, unless somebody else obviously cops to it. But I'm like, the way that it was worded, you most definitely are the one that wrote that. Most definitely are the one that wrote that. And wanted to start some shit. I'm so, and then for Kenya, this is my other reasoning why I feel like there's something we're missing, is for Kenya to go from like this type of a conversation and an argument to the next episode, she's gonna start showing like scantily clad photos of, sorry, photos of Brit. Like, I just like, I'm like, I'm sorry. This all seems very 0 to 100. This doesn't feel like there's a lot of context being put in as to like how do we get here? It's like we're only 4 episodes in. How do we get from pew pews to nudie photos on the like nudie photos on a poster? I just don't really grasp it. I don't really understand it. It doesn't really make any sense to me. So I'm gonna bring up this article that I wanted to read, that I was going to read on stream on my fucking computer, but that's clearly not gonna happen. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Where is this? I think it was this one. Yes, it was this one. So this is from realityt.com. It said the Real Housewives of Atlanta 16 episode 4 recap. Brit's got a pistol. And it says the latest episode of Real House of Atlanta will go down in Bravo history for all the wrong reasons. We've seen everything from false essay allegations to fistfights, but casual threats of pew pew play. That is new territory. And then the thing that I feel like they edited in and was kind of weird too is like, obviously Britt was talking about like that, and then they kept saying that like the area that they were in for the restaurant was kind of like a dangerous kind of area. I don't know, everything just, it, something's off. Something just feels off, you guys. In last week's episode of Real House of Atlanta, we watched Shamia and Angela throw fun shade at each other during Kelly's Balmain event. What transpired in Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16, Thank You for the Hearts, episode 4, The Vault, was the exact opposite of that kind fun. Hi. So after shading each other at Kelly's Balmain shopping event, Shamia tried offering an olive branch to Angela, literally, which was kind of funny. Hi, Chad, how are you? I acknowledged you. Hello. And she brought in like a thing of olive oil with an olive branch. And like earlier in the episode, she's like, I gotta get olive oil, but didn't explain why. It was very, very weird. Meanwhile, Portia and Kenya are working on building their business empires while Angela planned a chic all black dinner. In the end, things took a dark turn when Britt started going after Kenya. This episode will go down in Housewives history for all the wrong reasons. Keep on reading for play by plays. So, episode 4 kicked off with Britt and Angela going on a stroll through the park. The two were talking about navigating the new circles of friends, and their approaches to the world couldn't be more different. On one hand, you have Angela reflecting on her argument with Shamia. They fully insulted each other last week, but Charles Oakley said she still wanted to give Shamia a chance. On the other hand, she's still pissed off at Kenya because of a comment she made about her wedding band at Shamia's birthday party in episode 1. Like, that's the thing that doesn't make any sense. It's like, you guys are like, it doesn't make any sense, the anger that Britt has for Kenya. It's like something's not being discussed. There's something on the show that's not, there's no conversation being had because it doesn't make any sense, the depth of anger that this woman has for Kenya out of thin air. For those keeping track at home, Britt has mentioned this wedding band comment in every episode so far. It's a lot of energy over such a small remark, but Britt seems eager to feud with Real Housewives of Atlanta legend. She even admitted to having a preconceived notion about Kenya along with a history of feuding with other women. With females, there's either going to love me or they're going to hate me. And that's another thing is like when women come in there and they're like, I'm just like, I'm not like a girl's girl. Like, not women don't normally like me. And like, I don't know what that's about. I'm like, you need to look into what that's about. Like, as a woman in your heart and your soul, you need to start looking into that. Obviously we had Ralph show up with Drew, which was ew, gross, hate him. I want him to like, ugh, he's so gross. So Angela and the ladies got together for another all cast event. Angela went in with a black excellence dinner, and everybody was asked to wear black. And of course, Kenya shows up. She ain't fucking wearing black because she's a dope. And she's over here just being like, what? I didn't see on the invitation that it had to be black excellence. We all had to wear black. I'm like, girl, yeah, you did. Don't sit there and say you didn't. You did. Um, let's see. And then, so Kenya gets to the table and goes to like hug people, and apparently like didn't hug, like Kenya didn't hug Brett like enthusiastically enough, and she was like, that was a pat, not a hug. And it's like, girl, shut up. Like, stop. It's so weird. It's so weird. So at dinner, Angela decided to play a shady game with the ladies where they had to write down an anonymous question on a deposit slip. Obviously, this had trouble written all over it, but no one could have predicted the night would have ended in GUN threats. The question starts off lighthearted. Well, first of all, every season the girls do this version of this. Like Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was notorious for this season, where it's like, oh my God, we're gonna write something down, and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and we're not gonna judge each other, but I'm not gonna get in a fight over it. It's like, no, we always do. We always get in a fight. We always judge each other. We hate each other. That's what it always is. And the question started off lighthearted when Kenya got back-to-back deposit slips that were very clearly from Britt. One asked Kenya why she was worried about married women. The other asked why she hadn't been nice to Britt. She wanted a moment, but Kenya didn't give it to her. And that's the other thing is like, she was very like Kenya, like, and listen, Kenya has her moments, okay? Kenya has her moments where she's a little too much. She's acting a little cool, a little crazy. But this is like, she was quiet as a mouse, was very chill, very much like, no, I'm just like, and she even self-admitted that she is notorious for like being kind of mean when it comes to other people's dudes because of all the bad experiences that she's had with her ex-husband. So Kenya looked at her and said, peasants cannot come for a queen. Mind you, this was like after like Britt wouldn't shut up for a minute. She didn't just like out of the gate say this. Like Britt kept poking and poking and poking, and then she was just like, okay, you're gonna get this version of me then. Um, and then from there, Britt lost her damn mind. She started huffing and puffing as if this was the worst insult she'd received in her life. Things escalated, and all of a sudden, the Black Excellence dinner was over. That's the other thing, is it felt like the dinner was just over out of nowhere. It was like, oh, we're having this thing, we're doing this stuff, and then boom, we're out, we're done, we're over. Here's your gifts. Have a great night. See you later, deuces. And I was like, this doesn't feel right. Like the flow of it didn't make any sense to me. Bravo, answer my questions. Um, as Britt stormed out of the venue, her words escalated to a point that should have prompted intervention from production. As clear as day, she says, I still got my pew pew, um, and referenced it towards Kenya. Saying it once wasn't enough. She casually referenced her firearm twice, and we're still trying to figure out why she got so mad. We're not sure if something significant got edited out from this scene or if this woman is just extremely triggered by Kenya's presence. Either way, the episode ended with Kenya riding away in the car with Portia, expressing serious concerns about the words coming from their castmates. And that's the other thing, is like, as they're um as they're going away, as they're driving away, Kenya is like, this woman like needs to not be on this show. Like that, like this is messed up. So then Kenya Moore wanted protection and assurances after Britt Edie's threats. And share perspective. Being the longest running Real Houses of Atlanta member, threatened with whips and pistols by a newcomer 3 weeks into filming. Seeing this obsession play out is scary. I wanted protection and assurances that the threats would be taken seriously. I may be strong, but I'm not bulletproof, she says. After last night's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kenya posted a round of messages in reaction to Britt's comments. According to Kenya, she wanted to feel supported by protection after the threatening language she used. Being the longest standing Real Housewives of Atlanta member, da 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 da. Um, this is a similar sentiment to what Kenya expressed last year when she confirmed her Real Housewives of Atlanta exit. At this time, the former Miss USA said that her conscience felt clear, but she needed to feel protected for the sake of her family. My daughter and I continue to thrive in a non-toxic environment where we feel appreciated and most importantly protected. Next week, we'll see exactly how things unfolded at the grand opening of the Kenya Moore hair spa. It might also be the last time we see Kenya on Bravo, which I don't think so. I don't think this will be the last time we see Kenya on Bravo. That's just me though. I'm just trying to understand like what happened. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like something got edited out. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but it feels so everything just kind of feels so weird and really doesn't make any sense. And the vibe doesn't make any sense. I just don't, I don't know. Everything felt so off, and like the editing even felt off. And even the other women were like, Britt, you're overreacting. Like, what's going on? Like, stop. Like, you can tell nobody else is feeling the same vibe. Nobody else in that room feels the same vibe as Britt does. Not one person. And then when she's stomping around, having a little fit, you can tell the other women are kind of just like, okay, like, what's going on? Like, what's this buffoon doing? And Kenya wasn't escalating the situation at all either. That's the other part, is that Kenya wasn't egging her on, at least again from the footage we see, from what we see with our own eyes, okay? That, oh my God. Sorry, my neck needs to be cracked. I'm dying over here. Um, you don't see her egging her on. You don't see her going after Britt. You see her grabbing her stuff. She asked Drew if she wants to leave with her and Portia. And then they get out towards the car. Production is following Britt and her husband. Her husband is trying to take her microphone off and telling her basically to shut up, and she sounds like a fool. Kelly is trying to help out too. And then you just see Kenya decide that she's going to go with Portia into Portia's car. She goes into Portia's car. They have a comment. They kind of talk about how like something's not right with that girl. Like she needs to not be on the show. She's going to behave this way. And then they leave. And Britt's still blabbing her fucking mouth off. It's so weird. One, I think Britt was drunk. Because if she's that upset, sober, that's kind of terrifying. Number two, I think that production's leaving a bunch of shit out. And this is one of those things where I'm like, does Bravo need to have like a Big Brother channel that's like running 24 hours? That's just 24-hour raw footage. Because I'm like, what? Show me the raw footage. Show me the fucking raw footage. Because something isn't adding up. Something doesn't make sense. Something ain't right. Okay? I can feel it in my bones that you liars. You liars, you cheaters, you're full of scandal. Okay? Something is missing in this context. And I don't like it. I feel like I'm being duped by production. Am I being duped? Am I being gooped and gagged? I need to know these things. What do you guys think? I just feel like what I just don't understand how Britt got to that point, and that there are some missing puzzle pieces to that. And then I'm interested, and I can't believe episode 5, guys. Episode 5. And I think if I saw it right, there's gonna be like 18 to 20 episodes in this season. Episode 5, we're gonna find out, we're gonna see what everything that happened on the Kenya side with the picture that she brings to the salon and everything like that. I'm interested to see how they're gonna edit that. Because correct me if I'm wrong, I think production has definitely like denied like a lot of their side of it. So we'll see. And I also want to know, like, what did Kenya say after? Like, did she go up to production and was like, yo, any of you gonna help me? Like, what? They're also, all the women allege and say that like they're in a very like crappy part of town in Atlanta. They all mention that too. We all know that these women have dealt with pew pew violence, because there was last season, or like the season before, or like the last season, I think that Candy might have been on. They talked about there being a violence like that at one of her restaurants. And we've talked about some of the other women experiencing that type of violence in their lives with friends and family members. So like that's like another thing where it's like, and then, you know, to be blunt, like we're talking about black women. We're talking about black women and pew pew violence. Those two things are a very real thing in this world right now. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, did any of you guys like take this seriously? Did production take this seriously? Like, even if it's not serious, like, did you have a serious conversation with your cast member and tell them like, no, we're not doing that? Like, it's another thing to do this, and this. It's another thing to threaten violence. Like, that's not okay. It's disturbing. So I don't know. It's very, very interesting. And I'd like to know everybody's part in it. I'd like to know production's part in it. I'd like to know what Kenya requested after that happened. I'd like to know if any of the other women on the show stepped up and said anything. I'd like to know obviously what happened after the whole salon and spa picture incident. Like, there's a lot of layers, onion layers. You know what I'm saying? All right, Justin Bieber, here we go. So, Justin Bieber, I follow Justin Bieber. Okay, and I have a lot of thoughts and opinions about Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber in the situation. If you want to know my thoughts and opinions on the conspiracy video that went out onto the internet about Hailey, I have a podcast called the World's on Fire podcast, and you can go to that episode that we did on Hailey and Justin and Selena. And that kind of gives you like a longer version of like my feelings and my thoughts about like the whole series that went out and then like what I think about it and all that stuff. This is how I feel about this situation though, with him going on Instagram Live. I didn't watch the whole Instagram Live. I've seen chunks and pieces or whatever. Number one, I do think that something is wrong with him. To the depths of it, obviously, I don't know. I don't know these people. They don't know me. I don't know them. Okay. So the depth of their anger and frustration, anger and frustration, what am I saying? The depth of what they're going through, clearly I don't know that. I don't know those things. Also, if you've been here this whole time, I see there's a couple of you. Can you please hit the like button? I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So the thing that am very, I just get very this. Okay, go with me here. Take a deep breath because what I'm about to say is a little crazy, a little controversial. Okay, but go with me here. Okay, I have always said that celebrities that have been through the amount of trauma that they've been through, bad things are going to happen to them. Whether that is through their own volition, whether that is outside forces, but there are people that just have a black cloud over their head that I'm like, something bad is going to happen to this guy. And Kanye West was one of the first celebrities that I was like, there is a dark cloud over this man's head. Like a dark cloud. And something in his life fucked him up so badly that the genius that he was, or the goodness, or like the making sense of it all that was there is gone. It's just gone. And it was ripped from his soul and it is gone. And with Justin Bieber, I feel like the industry has done something horrible to him to the point that like I feel like Justin Bieber that we like that fans love is like gone. Is not there anymore and has been gone for a long time. And I go back and forth with Hailey. Okay. On one hand, I watch videos like the 7-part series and I'm like, oh my God, she's a stalker. She's crazy. But then on the other hand, I watch other videos and I watch other things and I kind of feel like Hailey is almost like I kind of feel like she's also kind of like his like protector. Like I feel like since she's been around, he isn't out and about as much. Um, and I don't know, like I also think that I can't imagine the trauma that he's going through right now of all the stuff that's happened obviously with Dirty. I can't believe like everything that's come out and his name is thrown around so much. And there is this, chance in the back of everybody's mind that there are going to be tapes and videos that are going to be talked about during the trial that have him on them. And everybody's been talking about it and no one can confirm it, no one can deny it. It's just kind of like this insinuation that keeps kind of like floating out into the ether. And then he just had a baby, which I don't care like what you say, it is traumatizing to have a child. And it is a lot. It is very overwhelming. And that's if you are a good parent. That's if you're a good parent. And I can't imagine somebody that all the things that he's gone through, what it is like to bring a child into the world knowing that you had parents that were supposed to love and protect you and they didn't, and now you're responsible of somebody that you're supposed to love and protect and not let anything bad happen to them. That must be traumatizing to have to like grapple with every single day of like, how am I going to keep this child safe and not let anything that happened to me happen to them? That has to be, especially at the levels that we can all assume this man's gone through. You know, none of us clearly honestly know because he's never fully come out and spoken about it. Again, these are all just insinuations and these are just like context clues basically. But like you watch the music video of Yummy, okay? And everybody goes back to that music video. And again, Justin like doesn't really like full blown go out there and go, "Yes, you got it. You got the clues. Like, good job on you." But you watch that video and you're kind of like, "Whoa." Like that's the part that I feel like I don't know if enough people are kind of like talking about that or like going back to that. But watching the Justin Bieber Yummy music video is kind of shocking. It's like, wait a minute. And this was years ago, guys. This video came out years ago. And this video is almost too accurate to the things that we've heard about in the Diddy parties. Like, it's kind of fucking creepy. I'm not gonna lie. When you watch the video back and you're like, the fuck? Like, what? Now, it makes you wonder, again, these are all insinuations. It makes you wonder if Justin was a part of any of these things. And I can't imagine what it feels like. Let's say he is in any of these videos that are going to go out eventually. They're going to be a part of the legal process because they have them. And it's a part of taking Diddy down. Like they're going to be shown unless something, unless some Jeffrey Epstein type of level shit happens. They're going to be something like something is going to come out about them. And if he's on them, I'm he is one of these celebrities that I genuinely have gotten to a point now where I will not be shocked if this man, if a if stuff comes out about this man unaliving himself. Because the bullshit, the trauma, the terrifying, the people that he has had to be surrounded by, the things that man has experienced, the innuendos, the insinuations that he has brought up, it I just I don't know how somebody can live with that level of trauma. And then when you watch him on these Instagram lives and he looks like he's just out of it and he's listening to his own music, and I do feel like a safety net for him is his music. I feel like that's where we do get to see like a pure joy. And again, I'm talking about somebody I don't fucking know. So let's be for real, okay? I'm talking about someone I don't know, okay? This is just my observations as a millennial who's on the internet 24/7. Is I feel like the only way we see Justin truly happy is when he's making music. And but you can tell like he's out of it. And I don't know if he's self-admitted, but I think we can insinuate, considering that all the other celebs around him at the time that are his age, they've all kind of admitted to doing substances. They've all admitted to having problems. They've all admitted to doing all these things. You can kind of safely assume like Justin's a part of that conversation too. That like generation of like Miley, Selena, Demi, the Jonas Brothers, like that whole group of people. Ariana, like they've all admitted to a bunch of stuff and they've all gone through horrible trauma. Like being a child star is traumatic. It is traumatic. And you are lucky if you have parents that aren't trying to ruin your fucking life. You are lucky if you were a child star and had parents that were there for you all the time, that were always supporting you, always helping you, always taking care of you. You are lucky. Okay? And it just makes me wonder, like, I feel like when I was growing up, and I could be completely wrong, because I'm not I'm not a believer, okay? I'm not a believer. I just, watch Justin from the background, enjoy his music. I always thought, and you guys tell me in the comments, I always thought that his mother was very much depicted as a very good mom. Like, it always came off to me like his mom was like such a great mom, the most amazing mom ever, loves her son so much, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm sitting there watching all this shit and I'm thinking about, Usher and going to ditties and these camps and all this bullshit. And I'm like, I'm sorry. What? What mother with half a brain cell would let their child go to these things unsupervised with strange adults that you don't know? That couldn't be me. Could not be me. I am up my child's butt. I am a helicopter mom, and I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm a helicopter mom, not because I want to be, but because unfortunately I have to be, because of how psychotic all of you are out there. That you're gonna do something mess up to my kid. I don't trust anybody. I only trust a very like no joke, I trust a handful of people to protect my child at all costs. Anybody else? I don't care if you seem like the nicest person ever. I don't fucking trust you. Because that's the other thing is like the people that you care about and love and appreciate and think are the nicest people are the ones that are doing the fucked up shit. Like if you look at things like statistically, like predators, they infiltrate people's lives by gaining trust. And so it's like I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody. I'm not joking, you guys. I think I absolutely 110% trust maybe 5 people, like explicitly, no questions in my mind, trust 5 people in my life. Everybody else, I'm kind of like, I'm just keeping an eye on you. That's all. Just keeping an eye on you. Other than that, I don't know. So I don't know, guys. I'm really scared for Justin. I'm very, very scared for him. I hope to God that I just wish somebody would just take him and if he wants to bring Hailey with him and his daughter, is it daughter? Do you have a girl? I thought he had a girl. And take them away to a deserted island and let them live out their life for the rest of their lives on this deserted island. I think that would be incredible. I think that would be amazing. Hi, Fatima. I think that would be amazing and wonderful. I just don't like this man needs to never be in Hollywood ever, 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 ever. That, or he needs to pull a full blown Cassie and he needs to obliterate the industry. Obliterate the industry. And I don't know what that looks like because sometimes people are not, I don't want to say strong enough because that implies that like there's a weakness attached to it. But I do know that there are people that can't take that type of heat. They don't have that in them and they don't need to have that in them. You shouldn't have to have that type of strength inside your body, in your soul, to take on someone like Diddy. You shouldn't have to do that. So I don't want to insinuate like if he doesn't, then he's weak because he's not fucking weak in any way, shape, or form. He's still fucking living. He's still out in public. He still has a life. Like, I don't know how. I don't know how this man is still alive. I don't know how Justin Bieber is still alive. I am genuinely like religiously shocked by it, to be quite honest with you. I'm always he is one of the celebrities that I'm just always on high alert about. And every day I'm like, obviously not consciously, subconsciously, every day I'm like, Justin Bieber's still alive. Justin Bieber still like he would be one of the celebrities like, and I don't cry a lot when celebrities pass away or anything like that. I think I've cried when 2 celebrities died. Yeah, I've only cried when 2 celebrities die because I'm like, oh, it is sad, but it's like, life, it's part of life and whatever. When Robin Williams died, guys, sobbing was that is like he even thinking about it gets me choked up. That man was my childhood. Like Robin Williams was my childhood and brought so much joy into this world. And I was like too young to kind of fully comprehend like that actually like, and I think people genuinely in like regular public knew this, that he had a very rough mental journey. But when he passed away, I was like, I cried. I was sad. I was very sad because so many of his movies were literally my childhood. And that was like kind of the first celebrity that I was like, oh fuck, like they die? Huh, that's weird. Like there's a couple other celebrities that when they pass away, I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna be bummed out. I'm gonna be pretty bummed. The second one, which was so weird, and I don't know, I think the reason why I was so upset had to do with, so it was the second person that I cried when they passed away that was a celebrity was when Kobe Bryant passed away. Which is weird because like I'm not a Kobe Bryant fan. Like I love basketball and I love sports and I acknowledge his greatness and like who he was as an athlete, but like I wasn't like a huge Kobe Bryant fan or a Lakers fan. I'm a Celtics fan through and through, girl. Um, Raised in New England my whole life, lived in New England my whole life, like big Boston Celtics fan, okay? So when he passed away, but I think the reason why I was so sad and so like taken back, I'm not joking, you guys, it took me like 2 days to kind of just like be like, whoa. And I think it was because of his daughter. I think that's the part that really fucked me up. I was like, damn, that's so fucked up. So sad, so unbelievably sad. I was very sad about that. And I like it was one of those things where I was sad, but I was standing there like, why am I so sad? Like I don't know him. I don't know Kobe Bryant, but I was very sad. I felt really bad. I feel like whenever the time comes for I think Cher, I'll be bummed out and sad because I love Cher. Cher's just one of those people that I feel like she's never gonna die. And like I don't want her to. Like she's just such a bright light in this world and she's so funny and she's got this like F you attitude and I'm always thinking about like what would Cher do? Cher's just a badass bitch. And somebody on the internet needs to like oh my son's crying. Um Somebody in like streaming like Netflix or like somebody needs to do a documentary on this woman and also needs to bring back all of her shows. Her variety show needs to bring back episodes of that show because that woman is will be pure fucking glamour. Like tens across the board at all times. If you hear my son crying it's because he just woke up from his nap. Oh no, he just woke up from his nap. And then when Beyonce passes away, I'm gonna be really sad. I have a tattoo for Beyonce on my arm. She got me through my divorce with her Lemonade album. I've seen 2 of her concerts. She means a lot to me. I'll be very sad when she passes away. And honestly, I'll also be sad when Taylor Swift passes away eventually because she's my age. And so that'll be fucking creepy and weird. So that's kind of how I feel. But all right, I'm gonna go get my son. Our time has come. But I love you guys. I'm glad we got at least like what 45 minutes to talk, which was nice. Check me out on all my social media platforms. I really appreciate it. Go check out my podcast, The World's on Fire podcast with my sibling. I would really appreciate that. And today is Trans Day of Visibility, so go support, love your trans friends, family members, neighbors, anybody in the community. They need your love and support now more than ever. Okay, I love you. Have a great night, guys. Bye.